Hello, and welcome to our podcast Voices, where we discuss topics that Lichfield residents want to hear. From light-hearted to controversial, we're here to talk about it all.
And we are your hosts, Harry and Maddie. So, as it's our first episode, to introduce ourselves a bit, I thought we could play Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay, yeah.
Right, do you want to go first?
Sure. So, I'll start with... I've broken over 5 bones in my lifetime. I've visited Russia, and I failed my driving test for driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh my God. I really hope it's not the last one. Purely because I don't want it to be that one, I'll go with the bone one.
No, you are in fact wrong, and I wish it wasn't, but it's the driving test one. I was failed for driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a bit embarrassing. How about you? Two truths and a lie. Two truths and a lie.
Right, okay, let me think. Right, so I've appeared on TV, I only have one kidney, and I dropped out of uni.
I feel like I know the uni one is true. I'm going to go with appeared on TV as the lie.
Yeah, you're right.
Nice.
I haven't been appeared on TV as fun as that probably would be. But just to kind of expand a bit more, as I said, I dropped out of uni. Decided it wasn't for me, and I became a digital marketing apprentice here at Lichfield District Council. Been here for just over a year now, and yeah, I'm loving it. How about you?
So I joined at the same time as you. So it's been 13 months now, which is crazy.
Gone very quick.
Not as exciting as you. I didn't have the uni life. I was working at Waitrose before I worked here, on a sort of gap year. Joined the council 13 months ago. What did you think the council was before you started working here, actually?
Honestly, didn't have much of a clue. Like, I think I knew about bins.
Yeah.
I knew that was a council thing, but apart from that, I had zero clue, really. It was something I actually researched to do my interview, because I was like, I need to kind of know.
Yeah.
I need to know where I'm working, really.
Yeah.
But I think it is such an important thing to know about, because it's such an important organisation when you're an adult and you've got to do kind of the adult stuff.
Exactly. So I'm the same as you. All I knew is that collected bins. I just sort of assumed they were responsible for everything else. But obviously, since working here, we've got a lot of experience in council, so we sort of know a bit more now. So should we talk about that today?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect topic to start on, to be fair.
So councils are separated into the different tiers that have different responsibilities. So starting at the sort of biggest level of councils, we've got county councils.
Yeah.
Who are responsible for things like education, transport, sort of fire, and all of this sort of the big stuff. They do things like school admissions, organising school transport.
In terms of transport, I know they do the potholes, road closures, public transport as well with the trains and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is really like the big kind of main day-to-day things that everybody uses.
Yeah. And then obviously going down a tier is where we work, district councils. So there's multiple district councils within a county council. So responsible for things like recycling, waste collection, big one.
Planning as well is a big one. Especially here in Lichfield, I think there's a lot of development coming to the area. So, planning division, make sure the right developments are happening to benefit the community and the people. So, it's such an important element of the council that, we didn't know existed.
Yeah, 100%. And then if we go down again to the smallest form of local government, which is sort of parish councils, which is really like very, very sort of local groups that look after like the village halls, maintain those things, and bus stops.
Yeah, also allotments, community centres, kind of like the day-to-day community aspects, I suppose, of the area.
Yeah. How's your perception of the council changed since we started working here? Because I know for me, before I started working here, and not even knowing what a council was, I really didn't know what to expect. I guess I just sort of saw a sort of traditional sort of office like job thing.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. Like I remember on the very first day we had a tour of the office, and it was so different to kind of how I expected it to be. I mean, it's an open plan office, everybody kind of works together, different departments are working next to each other, and it's such like a community kind of happy place to be. And it's not kind of like the, I don't know, dreary, I suppose is the right word, kind of stereotypical office block. It's like nothing like that. So that was a big shock for me, definitely with like the internal workings of the council. But I mean, also like some of the projects the council are involved in.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's been a bunch of exciting projects that, I mean, I've worked on. I can think of like the Queen's Jubilee torch when that came through Lichfield District. That was great. Seeing that at Chasewater and stuff. Yeah,
where was I? I think I was at Beacon Park. Yeah. That was fun, just seeing the community, seeing everybody kind of lining the streets and just kind of being a part of that and being able to report it kind of in live time on our social media channels. That was such a good experience.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any other highlight projects that you can think of while working here?
I mean, I suppose this has got to be one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't think I'd be doing a podcast when I worked at the council.
No.
So this is definitely like something that's fun to be able to go and work on, and to kind of, it's very different to what people would think of when they think council. They don't think podcast and social media and all of that. But I mean, especially here, so much of like the modern digital age is being incorporated into like our day-to-day work.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a big point as well, because I think there's quite an old-fashioned perception of the council, and I don't think that's true, at least not here. It's not my experience. It's all been very modern. I mean, we've got a robotics division, people doing that. I mean, I've never seen that before. So I think there's definitely a lot of kind of incorporating modern technologies and things like that into our way of working, which is really exciting.
It is. It's exciting for the future with sort of some of the things that we've seen around this, and I'm sure we'll talk about those things on future podcasts as well.
Definitely.
With the things that are upcoming.
I think another point is when you get to work with community, you can actually see your work kind of paying off.
Yes.
When you get to interact with residents and people just kind of benefiting from the things that in terms of us publishing on social media and advertising, but just being able to see that and seeing the impact and the changes.
Yeah.
And being able to walk around and see, I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on holiday the other week, and coming back from the airport, visit Lichfield. I was in the airport.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, I know that. And that was quite cool. I said to my boyfriend, I was like, I work on that.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's great. I mean, when talking about that, what springs to mind for me is the budget engagement campaign that helped run last year. And obviously getting all the information from that and seeing sort of how the information we collected from all the residents, how that's affecting council choices and changes. It feels good to be a part of something that's going for like change and go for what residents want.
Yeah, 100%. And just kind of going back, I suppose, we kind of opened it saying how we didn't know anything about councils.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think it's important that people, at whatever age, know how councils work, what services are on offer?
Well, I think councils provide so many services for us, like in day-to-day lives. Like everyone has bins collected, you know what I mean? Everyone has things that they need to know about, and they need to know how to contact councils to report things. Like, for example, the council deals with like, if there's any issues sort of around you, like you can talk to the council about it, and knowing how to contact them and which council to contact as well.
Yeah.
Is yeah.
I mean, it saves you time and money, really. I mean,
exactly, yeah.
If you've got a major issue and you're contacting the parish council and they say, oh no, that's not us, go to the district, and then you to district and then you have to go to the county.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, potentially a couple of hours that you could have had your issue sorted.
Yeah.
And if you just kind of knew these things, I mean, we never had that kind of PSHE or that type of lesson kind of explaining that, I suppose.
No, definitely not in schools, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it's such a beneficial thing. I mean, like council tax, I mean, people need to know how to pay that, where to pay it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not things that you just know. You've got to learn them and find them out. And I do think it is important that everybody kind of does know that. I mean, I didn't know the council did homeless service.
No.
And, you know, if you're ever in that type of situation, knowing that there is a place to call,
Yeah.
you know, that's so important and potentially life-saving.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's 100% so important.
So, competition time. To celebrate the launch of the podcast, we're looking for young aspiring musicians across the Lichfield District to get involved and send some musical samples that we could use for our intro and outro on future episodes.
We would like for any aspiring artists to send us through an MP3 file of their music for us to listen to. More details will be attached to the document linked in the description, or if you follow us on social media, you can find out more there.
Thanks for tuning in. If you've made it this far, we hope you've learned something new.
And you'll definitely be hearing our voices again next month.
If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe and like to catch all future episodes.
Thank you and good luck in the competition.
Thank you.